안녕하세요. SAUK 김 실장입니다. 자, 오늘도 시작한 SAUK 라이브 방송입니다. 그런데 오늘 라이브 방송은 좀 여느 때와 다릅니다. 정말로 특별한 게스트를 모셨는데요. Chris, welcome.
Thank you very much, Michael. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Thank you very much indeed for inviting me to join you today.
I really appreciate your time.
It's a great pleasure to be here and wonderful to be back in Korea.
Thank you. And may I ask you to introduce yourself, please?
Of course, yeah. So my name's Chris and I'm the Global Director of Student Recruitment for the Nord Anglia UK schools, which include Doverbrookes, Oxford Sixth Form College, Oxford International College, and we also have an academic summer school provider, which is called Bucksmore Education.
Okay, but today I'd like to focus on Doverbrookes.
Absolutely, and look, a great place to start, one of the leading independent schools in the UK.
Okay, so Doverbrookes, but you know, when students are interested in Doverbrookes, they can hear about Northern Anglia education. Can you tell me more about the Northern Anglia education?
Yeah, of course. So Nord Anglia Education is the world's largest provider of premium day and boarding schools. So we have schools in over 31 different countries, 79 schools in total, with almost 70,000 students and over 14,000 employees. And Nord Anglia's goal is simple. It's to ensure that the students that are studying at their school have everything that they need to succeed in life, whatever they choose to do or be.
79 schools all over the world.
That's right, yeah.
Wow, it's a huge organization.
Yeah, it is, and it's one which is set up to ensure that we are creating students who are going to go out there and change the world for the better. The students that study with us tend to be from very privileged backgrounds, so we try to encourage them to understand that they have an opportunity to go out and have a really positive impact on the world.
Okay, so and after our introduction of Northern Anglia, and I'd like to start with Doverbrookes International School.
Yeah, it's a great place to start. As I say, I think covering 79 schools, we'll be here for a long time, Michael. So yeah, Doverbrookes International School is based in Oxford, and at the international school we accept students between the age of 13 through to 16. So we have a Year 9 program which we call the Discovery Years. Then we have a 2-year GCSE program for students aged 14 and above, and during the 2-year program students can join at different times. So we have a program which starts in January, April and September. So sometimes with our Korean students they like to have a bit of flexibility because the academic year here is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So we're able to accommodate students starting at different times in the
It
year.
means students can apply 2013 January intake.
That's right, absolutely. Yeah, so we are currently accepting applications for January 2023 and April 2023 as well, and of course September 2023. And alongside the 2-year GCSE program, we also have a 1-year intensive course for students aged 15 who want to complete their GCSEs in 1 year and then progress on to sixth form to pursue their A-level studies.
제가 오늘 컨텐츠를 시작하기 앞서서 설명을 못 드렸네. 혹시나 도버브룩스 관심 있으시면은 채팅창에다가 질문 남겨주시면 제가 한글로 남겨서도 됩니다. 그럼 제가 우리 크리스 씨한테 영어로 질문을 할 수 있습니다. Okay, so this is the Doverbrookes International School.
That's right. So located about 10 minutes from the heart of Oxford. For those of you who haven't been to Oxford, it's a fantastic academic city. It's much smaller than Seoul. So we have just under 200,000 people living in Oxford. It's very safe. It's very focused on education, a very academic city. And there's lots going on. So we are on the Banbury Road in Oxford, which is a road which is populated by university buildings, our school, and a lot of very wealthy families. It's a very privileged part of the city. And the international school has a maximum class size of 11 students. It's a great deal of focus on the individual student and on making sure that those students are developing their academic skills, but also developing future skills. We put a lot of emphasis on creativity, on critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, communication skills, metacognition. So a broad range of skill development that goes well beyond a simple IGCSE program. And I think that's what makes us a great school, not a good school. We're a great school because we have a lot of things beyond the GCSE curriculum. We have over 60 different clubs and activities for the students to get involved with as well. And the accommodation, so the students at the international school are normally boarding with us. And we have a range of accommodations, so a twin room, as you can see in the picture, with a private bathroom, single rooms. For some of the younger students, we have triple dorms as well. So we try to create that home away from home atmosphere.
How's the distance between school and residence?
Yeah, it depends on the residence. So some on the same site as the school, basically. So just 30 seconds walk to get to class. For the younger students, we have them in a residence called St Philip's House, which is outside of Oxford, in this beautiful setting in the Oxford countryside with lots of green fields and sports facilities. Because with the younger students, we want them to have a little bit more of that Harry Potter style experience. So St Philip's House is a great setting for them, and again, obviously very safe and very secure. So nice, gentle introduction to Oxford.
And result highlights.
Well, you know, of course, it's important that the students are going on to be successful at the international school and get progression either onto the Doverbrook sixth form or onto other elite sixth forms in the UK. So our results are absolutely fantastic. We have 61% of our students achieving grades 9 to 7, which are the top grades and the grades that you need to get into the leading schools. So we have students, 50% of our students progress onto Doverbrooks at the sixth form, but we also have students who've gone on to Harrow School, on to Brighton College, Wellington College, our very own Oxford International College, which is the #1 ranked school in the UK. So there's a lot of options for the students to go on to, but look, for us, academic success is a massive priority. We want to ensure the students are happy when they're with us, because the happier they are, the better they will study. But ultimately, our goal and our objective is to ensure that they get the best possible grades to fulfill their potential and then progress on to the best school for them.
Some of our watchers told me that please explain in Korean as well. 사실 여기 퍼센티지를 보면은 61%의 학생이 그레이드 9부터 7이다라고 한다면 이 말은 A라는 거예요. 그래서 GCSE에서 grade over 7 means A, right?
It's a top grade.
그래서 A스타에서 A 받는 학생이 전체 학생의 61%가 A스타에서 A를 받는다면 이건 굉장히 높은 거고요. Chris, can you please explain about the HPQ? What is it?
HPQ is the Higher Project Qualification. It's something that students take in addition to their GCSEs, and it's really valued by schools and universities alike. Students get to choose a topic of their choice, something that they're interested in, and they will build a research project around that. They'll then analyse the research that they conduct, evaluate the research, and present that project to our academics, and they receive a grade for that. And that is something that we would refer to as a super curricular activity, something that the students choose to do in their own time that relates to what they're intending to study in the future. So an extracurricular activity, for example, would be playing in the football team or joining the chess club or the debating club. A super curricular activity is something that you do in your own time outside of lessons that relates to what you're intending to do at university or as a career in the future.
사실 이제 HPQ는 소논문이라고 생각해 주시면 좋을 것 같아요. 그래서 GCSE 때는 HPQ, 그리고 A 레벨 때는 EPQ라고 해서 요게 한 과목에, 그러니까 예를 들면 한 과목에 한 절반 정도의 점수를 받을 수 있어요. 근데 중요한 거는 이건 점수보다는 내가 관심 있는 분야에 대한 소논문을 쓰는 거니까, 물론 GCSE 때도 중요한데 A레벨 때가 정말 중요해요. 그래서 예를 들어 내가 메디슨, 뭐 약대, 로우 공부하고 싶다? 그러면 관련 분야에 관련한 그 소논문을 그러니까 주제를 리서치해서 소논문을 쓰고 EPQ 성적을 받는 거는 물론 대부분 그러니까 많은 대학교들이 우리 EPQ에 대해서 가중치를 두지 않아라고 하는 곳도 있지만 바스 같은 곳은 EPQ를 요구하고 있기도 하고요. 그리고 충분히 엑스트라 스코어를 받을 수 있다라고 저는 생각이 듭니다. But as you introduce 도버브룩스 International School, it means는 a Korean student can only study with another international school, not local.
That's right. The international school is focused on international students. With Doverbrook's, we have a phased education. So when students are joining us at the age of 13, 14 or 15, they start off in international classes and then they progress on to the sixth form where they get integrated with British students and then obviously off to university where they have full integration with British students as well. Now, the reason why we start them off in an international class is because international students normally require very tailored, bespoke, quite specific tuition. They're coming from different educational backgrounds, which means that often their curriculum will have been very different to the British curriculum, and they will have some gaps in their education. So during their time at the international school, we spend a lot of time closing those gaps, building their linguistic knowledge, building their confidence, helping them make the transition to the UK. Even the classroom environment is often very different. So in Doverbrook's, our classroom environment is very interactive. You can imagine with fewer than 11 students in a class, there's a lot of conversation between the teacher and the students. And sometimes for international students, when they first come to the UK, it takes them a little bit of time to adjust to that, to adapt to different teaching styles, to adapt to a different curriculum, to adapt to a new culture as well. So we prefer to recommend students start in an international setting because that offers them a gentle landing, and from there they can springboard into the sixth form where they're integrated fully alongside the British students, because our sixth form is 50% British, 50% international. The problem sometimes with students, and it does depend on the individual student, is if you put them into a class alongside British students, it's sink or swim, Michael. You know, so sometimes students will be able to compete with the British students, but sometimes they will sink. They will not be able to compete because they haven't had the right preparation. And preparation is absolutely crucial in education.
Absolutely. 제가 좀 우리 크리스 씨가 이야기한 거를 한번 그러니까 조금 더 축약해서 한국말로 소개해드리면은 사실 도버브룩스는 국제 학생을 위한 인터내셔널 스쿨 GCS를 IGCS를 갖고 있고 로컬 학생들을 위한 학교도 같이 갖고 있어요. 근데 이걸 나눈 이유는 사실 외국 학생들이 처음으로 영국에 와서 GCSE 공부를 할 때 영국 학생들과 같이 공부를 할 때 좀 어려움을 많이 겪는다고 도버브룩스가 판단을 했다고 해요. 그러니까 이렇게 구별을 두고 좀 국제 학생들을 위해서 좀 더 서포트를 많이 하자라는 취지로 이렇게 수업을 진행을 하고 있고요. 사실 저희가 우리 학생들을 이렇게 로컬 학교, 그러니까 국제 학생들만 있는 학교, 혹은 뭐 영국 학생들과 섞여 있는 학교를 보내볼 때 약간의 장단점은 있는 것 같아요. 그러니까 예를 들어 도버브룩스 인터내셔널 스쿨의 장점은 선생님들이 국제 학생이 좀 잘 모르는, 그러니까 국제 학생들의 약점을 잘 알고 있는 것 같아요. 그러니까 공부에 있어서도 조금 더 쉽게 설명해주고 이런 부분들이 좀 장점인 것 같고요. 그리고 영어 서포트. Can you tell me more about the English support at international school?
Yeah, so our English teachers are all qualified to either CELTA or Delta levels. So they are English language qualifications awarded by an examining board which belongs to the University of Cambridge. So very high standard of English language teaching. And those teachers are also responsible for giving instruction to our subject teachers, to our history teachers, our business teachers, chemistry teachers, on how to make sure they can allow their curriculum to be accessible to international students. So they are helping to coach and mentor other teachers to ensure that what we're teaching is fully understood by our international students. English language is so important. There is a direct correlation between what you're likely to get as your academic results and your level of English. The higher your level of English, the higher your academic results will be.
사실 이제 도버브룩스 인터내셔널 스쿨에 정말 저는 하이라이트라고 해요. 영어 서포트가 선생님들 수준도 굉장히 좋고요. 그리고 학교에서도 학생이 영어를 못하면 그 엑스트라 서포트를 굉장히 많이 해주고 있어요. 그러니까 저는 요 부분은 내가 영어 준비가 좀 짧다. 그런데 좀 높은 학교에, 그러니까 좀 높은 성적을 받고 싶다라고 하면 저는 도버브룩스 인터내셔널 스쿨을 추천드리고 있습니다. let's move on to 도버브룩스 sixth form.
Great, yeah. So the sixth form is for students aged 16 and over. And here, as I said before, we have a mix of British and international students. So it's normally around 50% British, 50% international. And amongst the international community, we have 45 different nationalities. So it's really diverse, Michael. It's like a mini United Nations, and complemented by the fact that you've got the British students there. And
Please go ahead.
At this stage in a student's education, it is important that they begin to integrate with British students so that they can learn about the social and cultural elements of British life, but also so that they're able to get the benefit of peer-to-peer learning. So at Doverbrooks, we do a lot of group projects where there's what we call interdependent learning, where students are learning from each other. And having studied alongside a British student who's been in the British education system for the last 11 years of their lives, for an international student, for a Korean student coming to the UK, that's a great advantage.
도버브룩스 6폼은 이제 A 레벨을 가르치는 곳이고 여기서부터는 이제 외국 학생과 국제 학생들이 같이 공부를 하게 됩니다. 그래서 국적 비율은 50대 50. 해서 외국 학생들이 50%, 현지 학생들이 50%고요. 그리고 A 레벨은 35과목을 가르치고 있고 당연히 영국 학생들 중에 옥스포드에 거주하고 있다면 데이스쿨로 공부를 하고 있겠죠.
And yeah, as a consequence of our efforts, we get fantastic results at A level, with 88% of our students achieving grades A star to B, which means that the vast majority of our students are going on to Russell Group universities, the elite universities in the UK, and we have students going to Ivy League universities in the US as well. So 67% of our students were awarded A star to A. The UK average is around 39-40%. So we're almost twice the UK average, almost double the UK average.
And then can you please emphasize the 86%? That is the result of EPQ, right?
Yeah, the extended project qualification. So we've talked about the higher project qualification that students take at GCSE. The extended project qualification is what students will take alongside their A levels. Again, a great example of a super curricular activity that students can do, which gives them a real advantage when it comes to applying, particularly to the G5 universities. They want to see that level of dedication and commitment. They want to know that students can study independently, researching different topics, developing those analytical skills, developing the critical thinking skills alongside that. And 86% at grade A star to A is one of the best percentages in the country. So we are often within the top 10 as an independent school in the UK anyway, but our EPQ results are right at the top of the table.
저는 좋은 학교다라고 했을 때 물론 이게 고등학교 그러니까 A레벨 성적이 모든 걸 다 말해주진 않지만 60% 이상인 학교들부터 좀 저는 좋은 학교다라고 좀 생각을 하고 있어요. 그래서 A스타와 A 비율이 전체 학생이 67%가 A스타와 A를 받는다. 그리고 34% 학생이 모든 과목에서 A스타를 받는다. 요거는 정말 저는 좋은 포인트라고 생각합니다. Korean students.
What can I say, Michael?
2021 and 3 students graduated and oh my god. So 100% A star and A. So no one got to B.
No one at all. No, 100% A star to A. 80% of the students getting A star.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So we love Korean students. We absolutely
because
love Korean
they are kind of they dedicate studying.
Yeah, incredibly dedicated to their studies, and they bring a lot to the school in terms of the cultural and social presence that they bring as well. Plus, if any Korean students come to the UK with good cooking skills, then I need to find out because I'm a big fan of Korean cuisine. But yeah, look, we've had 3 students who've got fantastic grades, 2 of whom have gone on to UCL, which is ranked currently number 8 in the world by the QS rankings. Queen Mary for law ranked in the top 30 worldwide as well. So these students are going on not just to the best universities in the UK, but the best universities in the world. So we're very proud of them, and I know you are as well, Mike.
May I tell you some secret?
Please do.
Yeah. Okay. So we introduced 3 students' results, right? Korean students. So 2 of 3 SA UK students. So 1 student got all A star, right?
Yeah.
And he went to UCL philosophy, but he has got the offer from Edinburgh as well, and or A star. And second student, the lady, she went to she got the 3 A star and 1 A, and she went to Queen Mary in law, but she had a gap year and applied one of the best universities in Korea, and got the offer.
Wow.
Which, let me tell you. So, have you heard about Sky?
Okay.
Sky University.
Yes.
Have you heard about
Yes.
Sky University? Seoul, Korea, Yonsei.
Yeah.
And she, got the offer from one of the 3 schools.
Amazing.
That is a really amazing news, right?
Yeah, that's great, Michael. And look, that's why we love working with SA UK, because the right students come on the right program and their opportunity for success is so high. So yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to be changing lives with you.
저희 학생 중에 저희 3명 중에 저희 2 학생이 저희 학생이었고, 한 학생은 UCL로 갔고, 한 학생은 정말 그러니까 좋은 학교, 그러니까 퀸 메리도 탑 30위, 그러니까 법으로는 영국이 아니라 전 세계에서 30위권 안에 있는 대학교인데, 이 친구는 물론 여기도 오퍼를 받고 좋아했지만 국내에 있는 스카이 대학교로 입학을 했습니다. 정말 대단하죠. Okay.
Yeah, so we spent about £25 million on building a new sixth form building a few years ago, and this is the product. So we have this beautiful traditional building on the right-hand side, and that's complemented by very modern facilities. So on the left, we have the main teaching block where we have all of the science laboratories, the library, we have our maths classes and humanities classes taught in there. And on the far left-hand side, you have the Cohen Hall, which is our dining hall. It's also where we have our music classes and where we do our school productions and assemblies as well. So science is hugely popular in Korea.
Absolutely.
And so we have a lot of students that are interested in coming to study with us to do medicine, to do engineering and natural science programs. And we have fantastic lab facilities for them to benefit from. We also have what we call a plus program, which is where we take students interested in, for example, medicine, and we teach them beyond the A-level syllabus. So we start to introduce university level curriculum because we want to give them an advantage when it comes to applying to the university, but also give them a bit more information about what it is they're going to be studying before they dedicate the next 60 years of their life to that profession. You'll also see in all of our classrooms, the classrooms are set up in this horseshoe shape, Michael. And the reason for that is we want to have very interactive classes. For this generation of students, it's very important that they can be original, that they can form their own views and opinions about what they're studying, not just copy paste what somebody else has written, not memorize a passage. We want them to be able to think innovatively, to have their own views and opinions, because if they're going to go on to be successful doctors or lawyers or business people, engineers, whatever that is in the future, they need to be original, and they need to be able to compete against the robots that are going to be doing a lot of the jobs that we do now in 10, 15, 20 years time.
일반적으로 이제 A-레벨 학교 교실 중에 랩실이 가장 커요. 그러니까 랩실이 일반적으로 다른 학교 가보면은 이거보다 랩실이 더 큰 경우가 더 많이 있습니다. 그런데 보시면은 도버브룩스 A-레벨 그 식스폼의 랩실을 보면은 사이즈가 그렇게 크지 않아요. 이 말은 선생님과 학생이 좀 다양하게 이야기하고 선생님의 관심을 좀 학생이 많이 받을 수 있다. 저는 이 부분을 좀 강조하고 싶어서 이 시설을 좀 사진을 찍었고, 이거 다 제가 찍은 사진입니다. 이것도 제가 찍은 사진입니다. I took it, not professional.
It's a beautiful photo.
And where are we?
So now we're in the dining hall. So this is the Cohen Hall. So students that study at Doverbrooks in the boarding houses, they will receive breakfast, lunch, and dinner throughout the week. At the weekends, on a Saturday, the students have a bit of a lie-in, which is very popular. So we serve brunch and an English breakfast, and then they have dinner in the evenings. So this is a wonderful space that we use as a dining hall, but it is also a performance hall as well. So you'll see on the left
Yeah, there are desks, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Yes.
you press a button, and
then
all of
next,
those seats
yes,
come out,
yeah.
and it turns into a theatre space. Yeah.
이제 학생들이 여기서는 점심 식사를 하는 곳인데요. 대신 점심만 먹는 게 아니라 왼쪽에 보면 이렇게 좀 그 칸막이처럼 보이는 게 있는데 저기서 이제 버튼을 누르면 의자들이 쫙 나옵니다. 그래서 저기 앞에 뒤쪽으로 해서 오케스트라나 공연을 할 때 공연장으로도 쓰이는 곳입니다. Where are we?
Yeah, so we've got 3 boarding houses for the sixth form. This is Islip House,
Yeah.
which is directly opposite the sixth
Just in
form
front of
buildings.
school, right?
That's right, exactly. So, and in this boarding house, we have twin rooms with private bathrooms. So the students get to share the space, always with a student who speaks a different language, so they can learn about a different culture, practice their English, and we pair the students very carefully as well, Michael. So we look at their interests, their subjects, and make sure that we find a good match. But we have 3 boarding houses for the sixth form. So we have Islip House, which is twin rooms with private bathrooms. We have St Aldates, which is single rooms with private bathrooms, and we have Hayfield House, which is a mixture of singles with ensuite and without.
As far as I know, I think sixth form will offer residence to A2 students from next year. Is it
That's
correct?
right. Yeah. We're very pleased to be opening a new sixth form boarding house from September 2023. So there'll be more news to follow on that, Michael. But yeah, it's a very exciting development.
일반 이제 아쉽게도 도보브룩스가 A 레벨 학생들이 많이 있으니까 기본적으로 AS 때는 기숙사에 있다가 그러니까 첫 학년 A 레벨의 첫 학년에 있을 때는 기숙사에 있다가 두 번째 학년에는 홈스테이로 보통 옮겼어요. 그런데 그러니까 학생분들이 홈스테이를 좀 안 좋아하는 경우도 있어서 내년부터는 A2 학생들한테 기숙사 기회가 있다고 합니다. What is it?
So since we've joined the Nord Anglia family of schools, we've benefited from some new facilities, one of which is our new Art and Design Centre at Doverbrooks, which is a new £1 million space created to enable our students to develop their learning about textiles, fine art, photography, 3D design. It's university standard facilities within a school. So it really enables those students that are interested in the creative arts to explore a lot of different disciplines, and it's proved hugely popular amongst both our A-level students, and this facility is also used by our international students as well at the international schools. So really successful. And look, we have a lot of students that are interested in building careers in creative arts. There's a lot of opportunity in the UK. There's fantastic universities like the University of the Arts London, where you have Central St Martin's, one of the world leading colleges for fashion, for example. And Korean students are very fashionable, Michael. I have noticed that. So yeah, great opportunities in the creative arts, and yeah, you can see some of our teachers who are fantastic additions to the team, and fantastic qualifications from UCL, fine art. Yeah, so wonderful colleagues.
사실 이제 도보브룩스가 제가 명문인 이유 중에 하나가 도보브룩스는 당연히 그 사이언스나 매스메틱스 같은 아카데믹 서브젝트도 좋지만 아트 이런 아트 센터도 올해 개관했지만 이렇게 아트 관련한 그 패슬리티가 시설이나 이런 것들이 굉장히 좋고요. 요거는 A 레벨 학생뿐만 아니라 GCSA 학생, 인터내셔널 학생들도 이용이 가능하다고 합니다. 얼마 전에 저희가 요거 시설에서 아트 페어 한 GCSA 학생들이 아트 페어 한 거를 소개해드린 적이 있는 것 같아요. Okay, this is our last slide. Okay, so GCSE, as you introduced before, student can start from January, April, September, and A-level student needs to apply 2023 and September, right?
That's right, Michael. Yeah, and we would encourage Korean students to submit their applications as early as possible to be guaranteed places. As I said before, we've been so impressed by the Korean students that we've had over the years. We love them as being part of our school community. We've had great success with them going on to world-leading universities. So yeah, we're keen to welcome more Korean students to Doverbrooks.
사실 도버브룩스는 일반적으로 코로나 전에 2019년까지만 해도 한 연 상반기 때만 보통 마감이 되는 학교였어요. 그런데 이제 코로나 기간 동안에 좀 학생들을 오랜 기간 좀 뽑고 마감이 안 된 경우도 있었고요. 그런데 제가 보니까 올해 9월부터는 정말로 마감이 되는 과정들이나 마감이 되는 코스들 인테이크가 많아진 것 같아요. 그래서 내년에는 분명히 더 지원하는 학생들이 많을 테니까 혹시나 특히나 A레벨, 6폼 같은 경우는 빨리 지원을 해야 우리가 아이슬립 기숙사에 배정을 받을 수 있고요. GCSE 학생들도 빨리 지원을 해. 그러니까 뭐 1월, 4월, 9월 뭐 요거는 학생의 그 사정에 따라서 달라지겠지만 가능하면 빨리 지원해서 기숙사 배정 받는 거를 추천드리고 있습니다. Oh my god. So 30 minutes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Good job.
Time flew by. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then can you please say anything, lastly?
Well, I'd like to say 감사합니다 to you, Michael.
Thank you.
For being a fantastic partner and for changing the lives of so many Korean students for the better. Real inspiration to us. And I'd just like to, extend the invitation to other Korean students interested in coming to study in the UK to come and explore Doverbrooks. It's a top 10 leading independent school in the UK and one which cherishes international students and combines that British culture, British experience with creation of great opportunities and future skilling our students to make sure that they've got very, very bright futures.
저희가 더보기 하단에 연락처 남겨놓겠습니다. 저희가 일반적으로 스트리밍을 찍으면 한 1시간 정도 있다가 닫아요. 그리고서는 편집을 해서 조금 올리거나 이런 스트리밍을 보는 학생들을 위해서 저희가 이렇게 방송을 하고 있는 거니까. 그런데 오늘 방송은 제가 앞으로 한 3일 정도는 오픈해 놓겠습니다. 그러면은 혹시나 관심 있는 학생분들은 이거 보시고 만약에 우리가 오늘 영어로 너무 많이 했다라고 한다면은 따로 문의를 주시면은 저희가 친절하게 한국말로 소개해드리도록 하겠습니다. 그럼 오늘은 여기까지고요. 구독과 좋아요는 사랑이고요. 알림 설정까지 부탁드립니다. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Michael.
안녕. 바이바이.
Bye bye.